Hello guys, today we're going to be playing map thingy. Map chart. So this is just going to be World War II in a nutshell. But we will first have to choose our map. So it will be Europe. The world. But not any type of world. Hearts of Iron 4. So basically, this is basically the... Okay, I'm going to make the border for Europe. So the border between Europe. So basically, the Mediterranean Sea is one border, and basically, actually, screw this. I'll actually make Turkey not part of the border, but continue until here. So then, this is where I'll just do this, and boom. Yeah, that's the border. So yeah, if anyone doesn't agree with this is just my opinion. So basically, in World War I, Germany was having Prussian territory. You see, when it was in 1871, Prussia had enough of being a normal nation and then decided to unite. And there's also a Franco-Prussian War, which made France lose Alsace-Lorraine, this part. So when World War I came along, Germany began to start winning, but actually they lost. But they lost a lot of territory, like this, and this. So basically, this is what's known as the Weimar Republic. I know it sounds really strange, but yeah. But they also lost territory from here. They had a lot of territory here, and who were they blaming? The Allies, and specifically the Polish, who has done nothing but exist. Also, after they lost, and then Poland got to a war with the Soviet Union, which actually won and protected Europe against the Soviets. But it's got some territory from Lithuania, which made them really mad, which will be later. So, before, Austria looked like this. So it had Austria, and it had this. Wait a second, let me just turn on. Algeria, Slovenia, Croatia, Bosnia, Herzegovina, parts of Slovenia. Actually, no, not that part. These parts, North Transylvania and North Transylvania, Hungary, since Austria-Hungary, and all of these. And it also had Krakow South and South. So it was a really big country. But after that, actually, you know what happened? The Austro-Hungarians wanted to become one with Germany, but the Treaty of Versailles did not let that happen, and plus, Austria was already turned into dust. So there is no way. So, the only remnant of the Austrian Empire is just Austria. So basically, I want to be doing all the territories when World War II started, which was when Germany first took Danzig, then other territories from Poland. So that means when they first got to war with Poland, World War I started. Anywho, I'm going to show you Hungary. So Hungary is a small country right now. I mean, it's still big. And this was Romania. Before, they had all of these territories, but then when they joined the Allies, they got screwed. Boom, bam, bop. Yes, they only had this territory. And then they regained territory, including Banat, not West Banat, that would be for later, Transylvania, North Transylvania, and Crescenia. Oh, and also the Podkaparta Rus was actually part of the nation of Czechia, Slovakia. So basically, Czechoslovakia also had Podkarpata Rus. But I'll show you. So basically, remember when we said about West Banat? Well, because of Serbia and North Macedonia, Montenegro, Bosnia-Herzegovina, Croatia, and Slovenia. All of these countries managed to form the country of Yugoslavia. And it was actually not a union, it was actually a real country. Yes, I know countries are unions, but unions aren't countries, so yeah. Oh, and also fun fact, since Italy has gotten rewarded by getting also Adige and Littoria, but they didn't get Dalmatia, which is another thing that they needed, which pushed them slowly towards fascism. And that's why you should never give Italy a harsh reward. They may become fascist. Yeah. So boom, bam, bam, boom, bam. That's Italy. So Italy is pretty big, but there's barely a difference in Italy. But now it's time to go on to more Western territories. So we're first going to do Switzerland, the Alps. So then we're going to do the Benelux countries. But before that, I just have to name everything. Border. I will remove this after I finish Russia and all these other border nation countries. Germany, actually, Weimar Republic, Poland, Austria, Hungary, oh yeah, Romania. I think, let me just check there. Oh yeah, Czechoslovakia. Czechoslovakia. Man, I can't stand that nation's name because I always write Czechia wrong. It's supposed to be Slovakia, yeah, Czechoslovakia. So next is Yugoslavia. Yeah, Italy, and finally the Swiss. Yay! So basically, that's all of the. That's all of the nations in what I believe is Central Europe. So now we're going to do the French. Firstly, 1 second they were in all these territories. Next second they grew. Third second they turned into a monarchy. Boop. Next second they got into a war with almost all of Europe. And then they lost in the Franco-Prussian War. And then they won again in World War I. Bye-bye.